Just as a quick background, there are three things which we do from a venturing perspective. One is our internal incubator and accelerator. There are internal ventures which we drive. Then we have a CVC, which is our venture capital arm, NGP Capital. We just announced Fund 5 last year in January, 400 million euro fund. And then the third thing which we do is for companies, some of the ideas which we want to take external, we spin it out, we work with venture builders to create separate companies which we think are better to take it outside of the Nokia as a corporate. It's a very important region for us as a business, but from a venturing perspective, I think we're still learning about this region, and that's why I wanted to come myself to lead, to really see for myself, what are some of the exciting things happening. I'm pleasantly surprised, to be honest, with Leap, both in terms of scale, in terms of diversity, and also the excitement and innovation which I'm seeing. I mean, like just to give you an example, during my 4 days, I met like bunch of VCs like Raid, Omar from Raid Capital, then Kush from Etisalat Ventures, and yesterday from STV Ventures. This is just to name a few. When I look at the ambition level, I look at the fund, I look at the investments they are doing, both in terms of portfolio and pipeline, it's very nice. There are certain sectors which are clearly, there is a lot of money going into it. From a venturing perspective, we have few investments, at least NGP Capital has few investments from China and India, but not so much from this region. There are 3-4 areas where I see a lot of investments going. Fintech is a big area here. There's a lot of investment going on in fintech. Second is heavy industries like oil and gas. There is a lot to be done. And third is construction and property tech, prop tech. I mean, these 3 areas stood out in terms of pipeline. You need these kind of ecosystem which can invest in very early stage, and also like a later stage and then growth stage. Based on yesterday, some of the numbers I saw, I think there are some gaps on the growth stage still. But again, the ecosystem is picking up. I think there's a lot going on. Clearly, there is a lot of ambition from Saudi government and the top leadership here. We are a technology company, we always have been, and in our 150 years of existence, we have re-innovated ourselves multiple times in multiple industries. And I don't know if you had a chance to hear Pekka, our global CEO, talk yesterday. He had a presentation and he talked about, what do we believe in terms of future and what we as a technology company can play a role. Whether it is human augmentation, whether it is digital twin, whether it is heavy industries, whether it is enterprise software, and of course, our core business of, connectivity and stability and, predictability of faster, efficient network, high bandwidth, that's there. But we are also pushing the boundaries. So from a venturing perspective, we look into non-core areas outside of our core business. To give you an example, we have a few ventures internally which we have invested in and they are kicking and running. One is around drone and autonomous warehouse monitoring. I mean, you would guess what is autonomous warehousing got to do with Nokia, but that's an area for us to push the boundary of like, could warehouse through the digital model and drone work autonomously as an example, right? So this is inventory is a use case. So from a ventures, we have a mandate to push the boundary into non-core areas, and that we do internally through our incubator, externally through NGP Capital, and then hybrid where we take the companies out through venture builder. So we have some example, like there's a Bell Labs technology around OCT, and we are working towards setting up a company around that space through one of the venture builders. So yeah, so I mean that's why I'm here. That's what the interest of ventures is always to push the boundary and look for what innovation doesn't have any boundaries, and I'm here to understand what's happening in this region.